The Zacks rank, value, momentum, growth, and income all factor into Zacks rank buys.
Well, there seems to be growth and income in parcel delivery, at least in a company's stock that does that kind of work. Todd Bunton, our growth and income strategist, is going to tell us more about United Parcel Service.
Yeah, UPS, everybody knows the famous brown vans driving around the streets. They actually have the largest and most efficient ground fleet in the U.S., and of course they have their Air Express too. But the company has delivered very solid results, which I'll get to in a minute, but they're technically the world's largest package delivery operator. They're also growing rapidly internationally. But the company stands to benefit from growing e-commerce sales as people buy stuff online. They need to ship those packages, and UPS, being one of the largest operators here in the U.S., continues to benefit from that trend. And the company actually delivered very solid results on July 28th. Earnings per share came in above consensus, and that was driven in large part by international growth. So the company is expanding rapidly internationally. Still about less than 25% of their total revenues come from overseas, but that's expected to continue growing into the future. They're pretty built out here in the U.S., but if you look, the company delivered solid operating margin expansion in all three segments, and you might think a lot of that's driven by lower fuel expenses. Yes, that was a benefit, but that's somewhat offset by lower fuel surcharge revenues. So it's kind of a neutral impact with the lower oil prices there. But overall, the company continues to become more efficient, drive those profit margins higher, and they're returning profits to shareholders through dividends, which I'll get to in a second as well. But if you look, consensus estimates have moved consistently higher for the company over the last couple of weeks here after the company delivered that solid beat. It's enough to send the stock to a Zacks rank of 2, which is a buy rating. Actually, as of August 26th here, it's a Zacks rank of 3, which is a hold, but still positive earnings momentum overall. As you can see, the agreement and magnitude of consensus estimates are both moving in the right direction. And if you look at those consensus estimates, analysts are expecting 11% earnings growth this year and 10% growth next year. And management itself, after the second quarter beat, came out and said, hey, we expect to hit the upper end of our target of 6 to 12% earnings per share growth this year. And a lot of that is because of their strong growth internationally. So that the solid results they're seeing there is giving management more confidence that they're going to hit the upper end of that target. So good earnings momentum, good growth story here, and a very good dividend, which I alluded to earlier. They
3.1, huh?
Yeah, a yield of over 3% in this market. The recent pullback in the overall market, I think, has provided a very good buying opportunity here. With that dividend, they've increased it at a 9% compound annual growth rate over the last decade.
Wow.
So good, like I said, good free cash flow generation. They're consistently increasing that dividend to shareholders, also buying back a lot of stock as well. And all of that at a pretty reasonable price. With like I said, the recent pullback in the market, you can see they're trading at about 17 times forward earnings. That's in line with its 10-year median. And its free cash flow yield, which is free cash flow divided by price, is a solid 6%. That's actually better than its 10-year median. So you can get the good growth in income at a reasonable price here. It could be a good total return name, even with these volatile markets over the next 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, do you own it?
I do not.
All right. You may want to check out more stock picks and stock picking strategies, as well as stock commentary on our website, Zacks.com. If you're not there watching this video already, get on over. You can link to all of that information right off the homepage. Meantime, with Todd, I'm Terry Ruffalo.